Libras are talking to a lot of people. Look, you have the Temperance, the Seven of Wands, and the Eight of Wands. Y'all are not sitting around trying to date one person at a time for you single Libras, right, who this applies to. You Libras are very much so trying to play the field and date as many people as you possibly can take, right? You possibly can actually have. And because you understand, for you Libras, it's time for you Libras to actually change up, your dating style, your dating strategy. Because the Eight of Wands represents how this is never really being one-on-one for some of you Scorpios, never really works out for you, because it just seems like, you Libras would try to be with a person, put all this effort in, they would end up being quite dysfunctional. You would end up separating from the person, right? And then now it's like you're starting from scratch. But now a lot of you Libras realize that you can play the field openly and feel good about it. Talk to people, right? And let people know, hey, listen, be honest about it. You're playing the field. And because of the fact that you know that, right, and they know that, now that gives room for opportunity, because you can get to know multiple people. It's not just one person and then, oh gosh, then you got to restart. So now the Hanged Man and the Moon is about, and a lot of you Libras are very much so ahead of your time, because you have to slow down. You Libras know that you have to be patient and watch out, right? Be very aware of what's going on, because not everyone is going to show you red flags. There are going to be some people that will be chameleons, that will blend in with the scenery. In other words, they will be people that you would think is a good match and you have a lot in common with the person, and the person is basically lying, trying to fit themselves into a type that they think that you would want them to fit into. So a lot of you Libras realize that not everybody is telling you the truth. That's why you need to take your time. And the Moon represent, and for the ones that don't match what you have, right, you don't have a whole lot in common with them. A lot of you Libras will decide to ghost them, because there's no point in trying to tell them that you don't necessarily want to talk to them. You don't want them to take it too personally. So a lot of you Libras will end up ghosting them if you haven't started already. And the Five of Cups now represents, because it's not that you Libras are trying to be selfish. See, that's the thing with a lot of you Libras. When a lot of your hearts are in the correct place, you Libras don't want to necessarily hurt anybody's feelings, but you would, you know what I'm saying? So in order to not hurt anybody else's feelings, that's something that a lot of Libras do. You ghost. And this is definitely one of those times where you can ghost if that's what it is that you want to do, because this is really about you. You really should be selfish, because this is about your life, your relationships, the quality of the relationships that you want to have. So this is not a time to be dishonest and trying to do somebody a favor by being with them, and you and them don't really actually match up, but this person isn't addressing it. You need to address the situation or ghost. So don't feel bad. Don't feel like you have to repent or any of that type of stuff. So the Nine of Wands and the Judgment is about how, since that's the case, when people get upset about that, when people call themselves texting you a million times, and they're just hammering your phone, and they're texting you or calling you and trying to figure out what's happening, just remain silent, or put them on block, or just remain silent. Or if you want to tell them why, but be honest about it. Look, you Libras are at a point in your lives where if you're going to call yourselves dating people, it has to be the right person, because you know when you and a person legitimately get along and the two of you have a lot in common. You know what that's like. But again, you have to be selfish. You know that this is about you, because what's the point of being with the person that you can't really see eye to eye? The two of you are not on the same page. What type of relationship you think that's, how you think that's going to work? You think that's going to be a good, long-standing relationship? No, that's going to be a dysfunctional one, right? Because the two of you are too different. The two of you have far too much long-term goals that are too different, right? So the Three of Cups and the Two of Cups represents, and not only that too, but it's also how a lot of you will go into these social places if you need to, right? Meaning that a lot of you Libras will change where it is that you hang out. You're not going to the clubs, because a lot of you Libras understand that the clubs and stuff like this is for short-term interactions. You're looking for something long-term. So the way that you approach people is going to completely change, because you realize that it has to. So the Two of Cups, if you want something real, how you approach people is going to have to change. You Libras may have to start cold approaching people on the street, right? Or look to your friends. Or, because being at these social get-togethers where it's live and jumping, like clubs and lounges and stuff like this, a lot of that stuff may not necessarily even work anymore, even at lounges. So let's clarify some of these cards. Let's clarify the Two of Cups. So to clarify the Two of Cups, Nine of Swords, the Moon, Queen of Pentacles, Knight of Swords. Nine of Swords, the Moon, yeah, because those clubs and those seriously social places, you really want to talk to somebody and get them to be alone with you so that they can understand that you're not that type of person and that they actually can trust you. So all of these loud and jumping places, that may not necessarily be the best place. Now, I'm not saying that you can't find someone good, but those may not necessarily be the best place. So that's why you need to keep a lookout. So whenever it is that you see somebody, right, or you observe that when you're getting to know them, things don't work, just leave them alone. But this is something that you need to do. Yeah, they're going to be a little bit upset, but this is something that you Libras need to do, because it's about you. This is about your life here. So the Queen of Pentacles and Knight of Swords is about how, and again, not everybody is going to like the decisions that you made, but the Queen of Pentacles represents, but at the same time, you'll be in a situation that's better suited for you, Queen of Pentacles. So that's pretty much it. Peace.